Thank you for information. Okay.
API testing.
Yeah. Wait, there is some process. Okay.
Okay.
Let me start the class. Okay. Yes. Good evening, guys. Welcome to our class. And till yesterday we have covered Jira, how to use Jira, and how to write the test cases in Zephyr. And yesterday we have discussed about the severity and priority and types of severity and priority and the discussion, right? So,
Yes, sir.
and today we'll discuss on the API testing. Okay. Today we'll discuss on the API testing. This is our final module. Okay. But after completion of the API testing, I will teach you guys about the RTM, requirement traceability matrix. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That I will cover in the end. Okay.
Okay.
But so today and tomorrow we'll cover on the API testing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me share my whiteboard. Okay. So we'll discuss on API testing. Okay. So before talk about the API testing, so I would like to know about the client and server. You guys ever heard about the client and server?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is client?
Client is user.
Okay. What is server?
Which provides the data.
Okay. Well, right. Yeah. Someone's got. Okay. Let me. But you guys know. But like me, some other people don't know, right? So let me talk about that. Okay. So first, let us start with the client and server. So normally, when you are working with any software application, you may heard these terms, right? Like client and server. Okay. Now we'll see what is the difference. Server is nothing but a storage. Server is nothing but a server. Server is nothing but a storage area, contains the data. Means the client is a area from where we can access all the data from the server. Okay, so server is nothing but a storage area which contains the data. The client is area from where we can access all the data from the server. So for example, so when I type from the Google, we are getting some page. If I open the Google browser and if I type something like gmail.com, so we'll get some pages, right? So from where we are getting these pages. So actually, when I type some text, okay, when I type some text, we are getting some data, right? Okay, let me draw that as well. Let's say this is a browser. Okay, think this is a this is a URL, okay, browser. I am typing something gmail.com. Then we'll get some pages, right? We'll get some
Yes, sir.
pages or links, right? So
Yes.
some text we are getting some data, right? This data and pages exactly stored in the server. So exactly this will be stored in the server, but we are requesting those pages. So based upon searching string, okay, searching area, it will go and search different pages in the server, okay, which are there in the server, and it will give the response.
To the client.
Second. Sorry. Okay, we'll get the response to us. So whatever we see here is called response. Okay, whatever we are seeing here is called a response. And what we requested to server is we have requested some URL here, right? And based
Yes.
upon the URL, it will hit the server. It will hit the server, and server will provide the data from the database that is called as database servers. Okay, we have different.
Database.
Okay, database. Okay, so here we have two components. One is server, which is exactly contains the data, and basically it will respond not only to the data, and it also responsible for processing the data. Okay, data plus processing the data, both will include in the server. Okay, both will include in the server.
Only
Okay, something. Okay, so and client is area where we can request to the server whatever we want to get. The server will gives the response. Okay, we are hitting through URLs. This is called, we can call it as a request. Happen to my mouse. Okay, whatever we are sending, right? This is a request. This is request, and whatever we are seeing here, right? This is response.
response.
So this is a response, right? So, and client is the area where we can request to the server whatever we want to get, and the server will gives the response. Okay, and these are two very, very important things which you need to focus is request and response. Okay, throughout the API and web service testing, we'll majorly focus on these only. Throughout the API testing, we'll majorly focus on the request, what type of request you are sending and what type of the response you are getting back. Okay, so whenever you are testing on the API, you will get these two things only. You have request and response. What type of request you are sending and what is the response you are getting. Okay, so these two keywords only you will mainly use in the during API testing. Okay, so
Yeah,
if
okay,
I
sir.
say, so if I say the proper request, like what kind of response we are getting and what are the things we are going to validate as part of the response. So these are the only two areas focusing on the API testing. Now, client and server. Server
Sir,
is
we are.
sorry, come again. Please.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
we are requesting for the server and response from the database server. Is it right?
See,
We are
both
getting
are same.
response from.
So that's assume this is a complete server. Okay, the server.
Okay.
Okay, I'm mentioning as a database server means it is also server. Okay, so server
Okay.
is nothing but it's a storage. Okay, it is
Okay.
a storage. Okay, whenever you are getting the hitting the request to the server, okay, it will check
Okay.
in this database server, and whatever it is available, it will push back to the response. Please be on mute. Okay. Okay, now client and server. Server is responsible for storing the data and also processing the data. Okay, server is responsible for storing the data and also processing the data. And why I said storing the data means I will let you know, guys, when I give a demonstration on the like execution of the APIs. Okay, server is responsible for storing the data and also processing the data. And the client can request the data. Okay, a client can request the data and server will produce the data. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
This is about client and servers. Okay, and also we should know about the data layers. Here we have three types of data layers. One is
Presentation
layer.
presentation. Oh, you already know, right, that you are from performance.
logical layer. Logical layer.
I don't know. Okay, I will application layer. Okay, I will call it as a application layer. And one more thing is data layer.
Data layer.
Okay, now let's see the presentation layer. It means presentation layer means it will be implemented using the UI layers. Okay, it's like something like a UX. Okay, the user will interact with this. So remaining presentation layer is something like it's this one. Okay, whatever you are seeing, right? That is simply called as the presentation layer. And the rest two things, right? Data and application layers are backend layers. Like it's something related to the servers. Okay.
Yeah,
Based
okay.
upon the layers, we have data layer. The other one is application layer. So here, actual business data logic is present in the presentation layer. Okay. Actual business data logic is present in the presentation layer. This is the how communication will be happen. Now, application. Okay. Let me API, right? Application. So API enables the communication and data exchange between the two separate software systems. So a software system implementing a API contains the functions which are executed by the other software system. Okay, so simply if you want to understand what this is API, this needs to be understand like presentation layer, application layer, and
Data layer.
data layer. So whenever we send request to presentation layer, okay, whenever we send request to the presentation layer, okay,
Yes, sir.
the request will go to the business or business or logic or application layer. Okay, so whatever this is called as a application layer or business logic layer. So here actual logic will be available in the form of APIs. So actual logic will be available in the form of APIs. So how this logic will work, I will let you know. Okay. So this API will automatically invokes and process the request and sends the response. Okay. So this is the heart or brain or whatever you call it. This is the main layer of the
Application.
API text, APIs. Okay. So what I complete everything. So like the logics, okay, whatever you're searching for that request, everything will be available in this layer. So like this, we have let to go with API testing. Okay. And I will let you know about the how to test these things in the Postman. Okay. Yeah, I can think you guys heard about the Postman, right? So in this, so in this we have SOAP and REST APIs. Okay. Nowadays we have APIs is categorized into two types. One is SOAP and one is REST APIs. Okay. SOAP will deal with only the post request. Okay. SOAP APIs will deal only with the post request, and everything will be in the form of XML format. Okay. Everything will be in the SOAP. Yes, everything will be in the XML format. You guys know how what is XML format? Okay, you guys know, right? Okay. So before going to REST API, we should know some HTTP methods like get, post, put, and delete. Okay. Sorry. API. What is API? Any idea? Any abbreviation? Anyone knows about the API abbreviation? Performance team. No. Okay. So API means
Interference.
application.
Interference.
API ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయింది? Application programming interface. Okay. API is nothing but it is a way for any two applications to communicate with each other. So API is a mediator which helps two applications to communicate with each other. That is called as API. So what is API? it is as it establishes a communication between the two applications. Okay, it treats as a agent or mediator, or sometimes called as a, you can call it as a broker also. Okay, in early in an easy language, API is nothing but a logic which is written by developer in any language, so which performs something that is called API. Okay, that the logic what the developer has been written, okay, and that is called API. So today, with the help of APIs, you are able to register yourself to any applications. Okay, or you can book yourself to Uber cabs. Okay, with the help of APIs, or you can book anything from online using APIs. Okay, I will give you the example. Don't worry. So whatever applications you are seeing in a software every day will be a API based. Okay, nowadays everything, almost all the application is a API based applications. So every logic is almost written using API only. Okay, API only means it's a backend only. So it is a set of code written by the developer. Okay, instead of writing code from scratch, okay, instead of writing the code from the scratch, okay, we can use the already available API written by someone, and I will use that logic instead of writing from scratch. Okay, example, let's say sometimes when you are using sign up, right? So let's say when you are signing up for an Urban Pro, okay, or any application, okay, whenever your application, when you are trying to sign up, okay, it will show some pop-up like sign in with Facebook, or sign in with Instagram, or sign in with the Gmail, right? You guys say, saw, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
So every application you will see from the pop-up, right? It will display by saying you can use sign in using Google or Facebook, okay, some WhatsApp or Instagram, etc., etc. So our application is using those companies' APIs. So our applications is using those company APIs instead of a direct register page. Okay, again, okay. If you click on the sign up again, if you're entering all the details like first name, last name, email, Gmail, date of birth, phone number, gender, marital status, all these things, it is a
Waste.
time waste thing, right? So in order to save some time, some others who have developed this, okay, already Google or Facebook has already developer, and you guys already have your details in those applications, right? You have Gmail account and you have Facebook account, right? So simply whenever you click on signing up, the details whatever you have registered previously in the Facebook or Google, so those details will be stored in our application. Okay, instead of again going and clicking on the register. Okay, రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకునే అంత ఫామ్ బదులు ఏంటంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా ఈ ఏదైతే ఏపీఎస్ మీద క్లిక్ చేసి మనం రన్ చేసుకుంటే మనకి, సో we can save time. Okay, అన్ని రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకోవాల్సిన డైరెక్ట్ గా we can fetch our data from the Facebook or Google. Okay, clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, so now let us see what is API testing. Okay, so what is API testing? So API is nothing but a logic written by a developer. So now how we will test the API, and now you are verifying that whatever the business logic is there in it is meeting our requirements or not. So that is called a API testing. So what is the API testing is, we have to ensure that the business logic is working as per the customer requirement or not. That is called API testing. Okay, it is a similar kind of an application testing only. So we'll test our functional application, right? So that everything like login form is working or not, okay, transactions is working or not. Similarly, similar kind of testing also, similar kind of thing only. API testing is also similar kind only. So APIs is, so instead for websites, you are directly log into someone's application, you entering username and password. You will do these many steps. For API, we have only get call, post call. Okay, we have only two calls, like we are hitting that API and we are getting the response or not. We are checking like that only. Okay, so API is a logical application programming interface. It is a logic that developer has written it. Okay, any application, if you see, is composed of two elements, that is front end and back end. So your back end means it's an API only. That means the logic that is written by developer, and the UI means the user interface, which is we call them as a front end. Means whatever you are seeing through your eyes in any application, that we can call as a front end. Okay, whatever you are seeing with your eyes, that is called as a front end. Whatever you are not seeing with your eyes, that is called a back end. Okay, simple గా చెప్పాను. Okay,
Okay, sir.
let's take an example as Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, let's take an example as Amazon or Flipkart, which you are seeing all the products, right? That we can call as front end. Okay, if you open any application like Amazon, whenever you open Amazon.com, you will see multiple products, right? Multiple products and user details and everything. That is front end. But once you are doing payment, some processing will happen, right?
Yes,
Once
sir.
you are added to cart and once you are doing some payment, you cannot see the payment, what is happening in the back end, right? How the amount is deducting, okay, how the we are getting the OTPs and how the transaction is happening, that you cannot see, right? Everything is happening in the back end. Okay, that is called, we cannot see, right? That is called back end. Means some API is working on that. So in a functional testing also, some people will do front end testing and some will do back end testing. So front end testing means UI testing, what is there in the application. Okay, that has to test. And back end means what the logic has, or what the logic, back end means logic has to test, that is using only API testing. Okay, so the testing, the back end logic, that is called API testing. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, now let's see how developer write the APIs. Okay, now let's understand our company name is, what is our company name? Let's think our company name MGIT. Okay, our institute name. Okay, now developer has to written a logic for to create a user. Okay, then developer will write like this, like HTTP. Okay, the URL will be something like HTTPS. Okay, MGIT slash, okay, create user. Okay, they will create something like this. So in order to create a user, they have to create a URL like this, but they cannot create a URL like this for registering a user. So for that, they will take body in this like. So okay, the first they will create a URL and they will create a request. Okay, body. Okay, the body, how they will write is first name, last name, some date of birth, okay, place something, okay, mobile, etc. Like this. Now our developer logic or an API, he developer is to create a user in any application whose name is MGIT. How they will develop the logic is the developer are creating a API for to create user. Okay, for to create user, and the input they require is first name, last name, mobile or date of birth or whatever. Okay, with the help of this they can create an API for creating user. Now they will give an API by developing the logic. Okay, and how the tester will test this is by using some third-party tools like Postman or JMeter, okay, load runner, okay, like this. Okay, so we have to use these tools because we cannot test using the application UI like that. So in the UI cannot, in the front end you cannot see anything, right? How to send, how to test these things. It's completely we have to test based on the some tools. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
So once you given the request like this, like first name, last name, date of birth, okay, in the Postman, okay, we will see user has been created or not using the response. Okay, so my response will be like that. Okay, the response. Response will be like that. User created successfully. Okay, we'll get something like this. Okay, we have to check our database if the response fields are present in the database or not. Okay, I will let you know how to check that as well. If all the fields are available, then our API testing is working, or else it was failing. Okay, so in the database, let's say this is database. Okay, here whatever the request we have sent, like first name, last name, DOB, place. If these fields are populated in the database backend side, and if we get the response message in the Postman like this, then we treat as this is a successfully working. This API is successfully working. If in any case, if I did not find these things in the database, then we get that user not created successfully. If we get, then we can treat it as a this test case is failed. Okay. So while doing
Yeah.
API testing, we have make sure the response status codes, the response HTTP status codes, whether it is correct or not. So what do you mean by HTTP status codes? I'm saying about HTTP status codes. Okay. Whenever we get response successfully or not, then we will send some codes along with the response messages. Okay, like so we are getting this thing right, and we will send something responses like 200, okay, or 400 or 500. Some responses will send. 200 means it's a success. Okay, 400 means it's a bad request. Means the request we are sending. Yes, 500 is something internal server side errors. Okay, in this also we have like a 201, 202, 203. Some responses are there. Even here 400 also 401, 402. Okay, if you 400 means the bad request, or 401 means the providing username or password details are wrong. Okay, 500 means some server side errors. Okay, like this
Yeah,
we
okay,
have
sir.
multiple. So like this we have multiple codes. I'm requesting everyone to Google the HTTP status codes and let me know what you have understand. If not, let me know. I will explain in the tomorrow's class. Okay, try to do some R&D as well. Okay, be happy. Okay, now
Yeah, okay.
so now we have know what is API testing, how to test the API testing in the overall. Now we'll see how to execute these things in the Postman. Okay, before executing, but I will let you know guys about the Postman. What is the Postman tool? Why we are using this tool? Okay.
Yeah.
For that, so guys, everyone is okay. I am requesting everyone to download Postman. Okay, can someone share your screen? Okay, the Postman tool is belongs to the Google company only. Okay, here you can do two things. You can search for Postman, or no, wait. ఈ సర్చ్ బార్ తీసేసేయండి, సర్చ్ కింద యాక్షన్స్ వచ్చాయి కదా, ఆప్షన్స్ రిమూవ్ చేసాను, పక్కన ఎక్కడ క్లిక్ చేయండి. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ యాప్స్ ఉంటాయి చూసారా, జీమెయిల్, ఇమేజెస్, మీ యూజర్ ఐకాన్ ఇట్స్ రైట్ సైడ్ లో. ఓకే, click on that. See here you will see Postman. This is not, okay, go back. Postman search చేయండి. Okay, yes. Second. Back. Okay. కింద second multiple.
About the
Postman, yes. ఇది about Postman కాదు. First URL కాకుండా second URL, yes, Postman, right. So you can add this extension to the Chrome. Okay, this is one way, and one other way you can download the application. Go back, download Postman. it's a open source. Okay, you don't need to pay any amount. Download Postman. I accept. Okay, Windows 64-bit. If your Windows support 64-bit, okay, you can download it. Otherwise, you have to search for the 32-bit. Okay, download this. I think all your machines are 64 bits only. Others also follow the same steps.
Yeah, okay. Sir.
Okay.
Free account.
Okay, create a free account.
Can I click create free account, sir?
No. Open Postman.
Try it. Okay, I'll be in mute for 1 minute. Okay.
It's great to have your emoted Supriya Thakuri redirected you to the desktop.
Okay, what's going?
Creating account via web browser.
So others, are you trying or not? Are you facing any difficulties to creating
Yeah,
account and downloading?
we are trying.
Downloading.
Trying. Huh? So, okay, meanwhile, it is setting up. Okay, so any questions? Okay, so far, or not at all questions, or not at all?
For this Postman tool, when we required any means, any language to learn for this type of testing?
No. Is it done?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. Let me stop recording first.